So this one I've had on my list to listen to for a while. Gerardo Ortiz, who I know from his song Tranquilito and the remix with Aleman, which I really, really like. And then there's this other guy, Grupo Marca Registrada, and I've never heard of them before. So anyway, just going off Gerardo Ortiz's music, I loved it and I've been wanting to hear more, so let's do it. Okay. Mazatlán.
La superona ya me fajé, también el cuerno ya me tercié, con los medios activados por si se llega a ofrecer, porque nunca duerme el día.
What style of music is this? Because this doesn't even sound like Banda, because there's the accordion and there's drums in it. Banda, from my experience, doesn't have drums or accordions.
No me gusta sembrar terror, pero a veces que no tengo opción, pues la gente no hace caso, los hago entrar en razón, con la tablita se alinean. Así les pongo mi condición, así les pongo mi condición. Para la ruta vamos a ir, todo el equipo va atrás.
I've said it before in like Fuerza Regida videos. It really forces me to expand my mind to associate these visuals and like this aesthetic of like fancy cars and sexy women with this style of music, because to me in my head those don't go together at all. I think I sort of associate this with like the analogy would be like country music in the United States. Not like cool music. It's sort of like, I mean, I guess country music is super popular, but a lot of people kind of turn their nose at it and think it's silly. This kind of strikes me as like Mexican country music. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I like it though. Yeah, I can tell that's Mazatlán, right? I mean, I feel like I'm somewhat justified in thinking this is country music since he's wearing a cowboy hat, right? He's dressed very similar to how country music people dress in the United States. that was fun. So, the only other thing I want to say is that someone responded, left a comment on my other video. I think it was the Cuando Calienta el Sol video. And how I was saying that that song and that music didn't sound uniquely Mexican. It just sounded like kind of pop music from the 80s. And, yeah, like, just because it's Mexican doesn't mean it has to sound Mexican. Or just because it's made by a Mexican artist doesn't mean it has to sound Mexican. I guess I realized that because I'm only listening to Mexican music on this channel, I sort of have this expectation that in one way or another, all of the music is going to be representative of Mexico in some way. But, like, that's not necessarily required. Like, there's plenty of music from the United States which isn't necessarily American in a particular way, or British music, or whatever, you know. Pop music can just be pop music. It can kind of be universal that way. But in contrast to that, this music sounds extremely Mexican. Like, I think if I was just walking down the street and I heard a car playing this out of its windows, or like I heard it coming out of a store, I would be like, instantly I'd be like, oh, that's Mexico. And it wouldn't make me think of any other country. Like, it's very, very unique and specific sounding. There's not a lot of other stuff that sounds like this. Maybe because of the accordion, like I remember being in Paris one time and walking across some of the bridges across the river there. And, you know, there's like people playing the accordion, and it feels very French. And yet there's like a weird way in which it's quite similar sounding to this music. So that would be actually like the closest thing that I can think of to this style of music, is like the French music that you hear in Paris, which is kind of a weird similarity. So maybe there's something to that, maybe there's not. But yeah, this was good. And again, please tell me what's the style of music here, because it doesn't seem like mariachi or banda. So since it's neither of those, as far as I can tell, I'm not sure what it is. And yeah, this video is done. Thank you.